Pasha Paro, thank you for tuning the replay. It's YNet7. Today we're gonna be talking about a lot of people, a lot of times people argue about right and wrong, right or wrong. You let me know. So a lot of times people argue about right or wrong, but the right isn't always right and wrong ain't always wrong. But the truth can't be won or lost, right? Right? The truth can't be won or lost. So today I call this one, Is It Raining? Acceptance. I think this is number 10 in the Life Vibez video series. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get into the book. We're gonna cover acceptance in the Power vs. Force book. Pick this book up if you haven't already. By Hawkins. All right. Got some notes here for y'all. That's how we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna get into the cards. Yup. Gonna get the cards into it. And I'm gonna try this new deck at the end, at the very, very end. For those that like crystals and everything. It's pretty cool. Let's see what we get from that deck today. All right, so today is about acceptance. That's what today is about. It's about acceptance. That's the emotion. And acceptance, actually, I normally have like my etymology dictionary version of, the definition, and it's all this breakdown, because a lot of times that's pretty interesting. And today it's only a little different, because the word accept really just means take or receive willingly. And I wasn't going to insult your intelligence and go breaking down what take or receive willingly mean. We just did a whole episode, last episode in the series was on willingness. So we just covered willingness. So accept, which is the root word of acceptance, is actually take or receive willingly. All right. So with that being said, let's get to the book a little bit. All right. Appreciate your time and tuning in. Like, subscribe, share the video. Somebody out there needs this. Maybe you need this. And let's get some sage up in the air here. And we're going to do this thing here. So, give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so level 350, right? Acceptance is level 350. So at this level of awareness, a major transformation takes place with the understanding that oneself, or that one is oneself, the source and the creator of the experience of one's life. Taking such responsibility is distinctive of this degree of evolution, characterized by the capacity to live harmoniously with the forces of life, right? So all people at levels below 200, and if this is the first video you saw, go watch a couple of the other ones right before this. They're all labeled, and you'll see how they've calibrated emotion in this research. And just take some time with it. You'll get an understanding of why we're talking about numbers here. So all the people at levels below 200 tend to be powerless and see themselves as victims at the mercy of life. This stems from a belief that the source of one's happiness or the cause of one's problems is out there, somewhere. An enormous jump taking back one's own power is completed at this level with the realization that the source of happiness is within oneself. At this more evolved stage, nothing so-called out there has the capacity to make one happy. And love is not something that is given or taken away by another, but created from within. You understand? Acceptance is not to be confused with passivity, right? Which is a symptom of apathy. This form of acceptance allows engagement in life on life's own terms without trying to make it conform to an agenda. With acceptance, there is emotional calm and perception is widened as denial is transcended. One now sees things without distortion or misinterpretation. The context of this experience is expanded so that one is capable of seeing the whole picture. Acceptance has to do essentially with balance, proportion, and appropriateness. The individual at this level, the individual at the level of acceptance is not interested in determining right or wrong, but instead is dedicated to resolving issues and finding out what to do about problems. Tough jobs do not cause discomfort or dismay. Long-term goals take precedence over short-term ones. Self-discipline and mastery are prominent. At the level of acceptance, we are not polarized by conflict or opposition. We see that other people have the same rights as we do, and we honor equality. While lower levels are characterized by rigidity, at this level, social plurality begins to emerge as a form of resolution of problems. Therefore, this level is free of discrimination or intolerance. There is the awareness that equality does not preclude diversity. Acceptance includes rather than rejects. So it's pretty interesting, right? I really like this book. You gotta pick up this book and you gotta read this book. So a lot of us, or many of us, have spent time at some point in our lives, if not right now, looking for a source, whether that's looking for a source, trying to find source, even questions of the creator and all this stuff, trying to find a source. What if you are the source, Neo? Have you ever thought of that? What if you are the source? Okay. Could you accept that? I mean, even if you're religious, right? Even if you're religious, doesn't your personal relationship with your creator or the most high or whatever it is I'm not here to insult anybody, and I want to include all the options. So whatever it is you relate to, don't your personal relationship with your creator start with your acceptance? Ain't that where it begins? Acceptance of who you are, what you are. Acceptance of your connection, right? So if that's true, remember how we came into this? The truth can't be won or lost. It's undefeated. Undefeated fighter, truth is. So if you're out there looking for the source, would it not be true, no matter where you're trying to get to, that the source of your connection to the source is you? So that makes you the source, right? That's what the book was saying. That's what the book was saying when it says that this stems from the belief that the source of one's happiness or cause of one problem is out there. Internal influence versus external influence. Like what motivates you? Is it out here or is it in here? So with the understanding, okay, so at this level of awareness, a major transformation takes place with the understanding that one is oneself, the source and creator of the experience of one's life. Never mind the law of attraction. Never mind the whatever you focus on, you attract. Never mind any of that. Right here, at this level of awareness, the understanding that one is oneself, the source and creator of the experience of one's life. Now, you can stop at the experience. You don't have to go as far as to say of one's life and feel like, oh, and then, what are you, God or something? You don't have to go that far with it. You don't have to ask that question. Just look at the experience you had today. Let's narrow it down from a lifetime and start small to today. Could you not say that? Let me translate. Hold on. Let me see how I'm put this. The understanding that one is oneself, the source and creator of the experience you had today. Didn't you do that to yourself? Whatever it was, good or bad. Couldn't you say that you are the source or creator of that? Isn't that why college institutions exist? They want you to be the source or creator of your future, and they're selling you this dream of come here, spend money with us, we'll teach you something. So I would ask the question then, is the truth that you are the source or creator? Because apparently you have some sort of control, you have some sort of input, you have to be willing, you have willingness in this quote unquote free will realm, right? So you have to have the willingness. So you're the control, you're in control, you're the source, you're the creator of your today, right? Makes you kind of what you do today might control possibly your tomorrow. And some people would argue that then by definition, you are in control of the life on a larger scale. Now, when you take ownership, right? When you take ownership, I like this. I like this little clip here. I think a lot of us, come on, it's The Simpsons, right? So when you take ownership, I mean, I mean, when you accept being the captain of your ship, right? Hashtag ownership. You stop blaming others for everything. Remember? See, when you take ownership of your ship, you stop blaming others for what happens to your ship. And this is when it was getting that here in the book. And this is on page 109 for those that have it. This stems from the belief that the source of one's happiness or the cause of one's problems is out there somewhere. They sailing looking for it. Right? They sailing around looking for it. That boat looked like it done been through. It done put a lot of miles on that boat, let's say. They're looking for something, right? They done went all over everywhere. Timbuktu. What if it was closer? What if it was so close, what you're really looking for, that you never even thought to look there? But all people at the levels below 200 tend to be powerless and see themselves as victims at the mercy of life. This stems from a belief that the source of one's happiness or the cause of one's problems is out there somewhere, right? It's out there. So when you take ownership, that's being able to say, oh, well, this happened to me, and they can point the finger somewhere because of, right? Or you ever notice when people have something good happen to them, they try to take as much credit as possible. Why is that not the same when something goes wrong? They blaming it. They want to not take the credit for it, right? But you got to kind of be. I think everybody's out there chasing balance. You hear a lot of people talk about they want balance in their life, right? Well, everybody wants to be balanced or claim balance until something goes wrong, and that would mean that you're at least equally responsible, at least if not fully, Mr. or Mrs. Balance, right? So think about that for a moment. But when you take ownership of your ship, I mean, matter of fact, let's make this analogy even clearer. Let's picture your body as being a ship. And you are inside the captain's bridge, right? You're inside the captain's bridge. That's your mind. The captain's bridge is like your mind. That's where your thoughts come into your body at, okay? So you're steering the ship, right? You're on the captain's deck. You got the big wheel or whatever it is, maybe a controller, whatever they're doing nowadays. You got that. Your body, it's a ship like this over here. Notice this situation up here. This is why I like this clip. They're all focused. Remember, they're out. Remember the metaphor I gave earlier. The ship is worn. It's battered. It's definitely been a lot of high miles put on. They're looking for something for a long time. They're coming through this little passageway here or whatever it is, and they're coming through this here, and they all went to the front of the ship to get a better look at something. They're all focused on something outside of the ship. Who's steering the boat? Somebody tell me who's steering the boat. See, because go with the flow, people, right? And remember, there's no right or wrong. Sometimes it's a time and place to go with the flow, So don't take that as I'm saying it's a right or wrong thing, but look at this. People that are solely go with the flow people, I think they're external. So they're going with what's around them. Right here, this boat is just, there's nobody steering it. So if your body is the ship, if your body is the vessel, and there's nobody steering the boat because everybody that's in the boat is too busy paying attention to what's going on outside of them. There's nobody steering the boat. Your body is the vessel. You're going with the flow of the wind. You're going with the flow of the water. You're going with the current. You're at the mercy of the currents, whether that's wind or water. Hold on. Put a one. Put a one in the comments. Just put the one up. Just put a one up. If you're not steering the boat and your body is the boat, you're at the mercy of the current, no matter if it's the air, the wind for the sail, or the water just carrying the boat along with it. Now, if you're a go with the flow person, here's my question to you. Here's my question to go with the flow people. If a go with the flow person, hashtag Titanic, do you blame hitting the iceberg on the wind or the sea? But we not doing that. We not doing that. We not doing that because we've taken full responsibility of our vessel and our crew. So when you look at this picture, obviously there's some lack of responsibility there. Nobody's steering the boat. They're all too worried about what's going on outside of the boat. Boat's out of control. Okay, so we not doing that because we've taken responsibility. We've taken ownership. We have accepted we must put in the work. Okay? How much work? Determined by how far you want to get. How long you got to do the work? Well, that's determined by how far you coming from. But if you're looking for the source, like I said, what if it, like I asked you, what if it was a lot closer than what you think? You know, what if all this looking for it wasn't necessary? What if all this looking for it wasn't necessary? What if all you had to do was ask yourself, who's the master? Okay? Because here, ain't nobody selling a boat. If your body's the boat, your thoughts is you. Just for example, just to metaphorically bring this analogy home. If you're not in control of the vessel, then who's the master? Your body, the boat. Who's the master? So you're gonna put the work in. I know you are. How much work you gotta put in? Like we said, determined by how far you want to go. How long you gotta put that amount of work in is determined by how far you coming from. But you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. How far? Who knows? I mean, it's different for everybody. Depends on where you want to get to. So I guarantee you that what you want's already inside of you. That's what I can guarantee you. You know what I mean? We're not going to argue about right or wrong. Okay? We're not going to argue about right or wrong. What I can guarantee you, what you can put your money on is what you're looking for is already inside you. All right? And where you want to get to, you're going to make it. You just got to put the work in. Only thing we can't control is the time, because how far you want to go is going to determine what? How much work you got to put in. How long you got to put that work in is going to be determined by what? How far you got to come to get there. So it's already inside of you. Okay? Get in the mirror, ask yourself who's the master. Get comfortable with saying, I am. Just like Bruce Leroy in the movie. All right? The Last Dragon. So it's going to take, see this right here? Let's compare this for a moment. This is you. Let's say that this represents you going on a journey into yourself. Okay? And you're looking for whatever it is you want inside yourself. Let's say that that's what this represents, this clip. Now compare it to this clip where you're going along looking for everything outside of you. You see the difference in that? Look at those two. Because what I want you to realize that if you look closely, you'll start to see some similarities. There's a lot of difference. Tattered, bruised, beaten, a lot of miles, wreckage all around you. That's what this one represents when you're looking outside. Everything is, oh my God, it's nightmare, right? Peace, tranquility, joy, pleasure, looking internal. You've accepted it, and you're in balance, you're in harmony. Okay? But this is the similarity, though. Those were the differences, obvious differences, right? I mean, but here's the similarities I want you to see. She not steering the boat either. Or this person not steering the boat either. Right? They not steering the boat. So what I want you to understand is when you're going in the right direction, right? You're actually going to, either way you go, whether it's this way or this way, you could potentially be putting in the same amount of work to get to where you want to get to. She's sitting in a chair, or this person here is sitting in a chair doing nothing, right? Got her headphones in, relaxing, looking out the window, enjoying the view, okay? That might be the view of themselves. I'm going to get back to how this is different, even though it's the same from the other one. This one, they are panicking on the inside, right? But they're not doing nothing either. They're technically just standing there looking and observing the environment around them. So neither one of them, the energy is what I'm getting at. The effort, the energy that it takes is going to be the same. That long, tremendously long journey, that's hard work and all this effort and energy that you got focused on in your mind, going out in the world doing A, B, C, and D and getting this information, go see that person. Somebody tell me what I need to know, please. Somebody help me find it. It's going to take in reality, that same amount of energy and effort going in the right direction, looking for it in here. Okay? Or looking for it in here. Going within. It's going to take you the same amount of energy or effort to go inside yourself as to go out there thinking you're going to find something, but all you're going to get is wreckage. That's all they surrounded by is wreckage, rocks, and potential to wreck. And nobody's steering the boat because they're too concerned with what's going on outside of the vessel. It's going to take you the same amount of energy either way. You get it? Moving on. So this is not a acceptance, right? Acceptance is not a woe is me. Acceptance is now I know exactly what I need to do. Right? Acceptance isn't being a victim. Acceptance is now I know. Now I know. This is I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Only the rain's not really gone. It's just that now you can see that it's only rain. And now you know what we know now is you can wait it out. You can find or seek shelter. What we know now is that the rain, you in the rain, won't last forever. Like you in the rain, you in the storm, you in the rain, what have you, it won't last forever. Because why? Because you are in control. You have accepted your responsibility and ownership for your vessel in a situation. And you know you can either find shelter, you can wait it out, you got options. How many of you walk to the car when it's raining? Type of 1, 2, 3 in the comments below if you walk to the car in the rain. Don't give up. So you walk to the car in the rain. I do it because we've accepted the rain. Think about that for a moment. We've accepted the rain. And we've accepted that it's okay to get wet by the rain. Or we've accepted an umbrella at cost. The cost of purchase, the cost of the inconvenience of carrying it around with you sometimes, whatever, having it just in case it does. We've accepted that cost. Or we've accepted the rain and getting wet. But either way, we've accepted the rain and how we personally feel about it. We've accepted that. Excuse me. So some people, when it rains, this is what it's like to them. Oh my God, it's raining. Oh, I gotta go out in the rain and drive and And some people, when it's raining, like I tend to always say, it's always the perfect day. So you gotta love the rain too, right? I mean, right? Love in the common sense of the word. So balance. Like I said, everybody wants that balance in life until something go wrong. And then, they act like they're not in control of their stuff, their life, their vessel, their ship. And if they not controlling it, right? If they not controlling it, if you not controlling it, if we not controlling our vessel, right? If we not sitting in on the captain's deck looking like this because we've accepted the conditions and we done plotted the course to our destination and we just chilling with it, right? The ship might be on autopilot because we already plugged in the coordinates of our destination. We chilling, listening to the music, playing we shuffling cards and stuff, whatever it is, getting spades games on, whatever it is that you enjoy, you find joy. But you're getting to the work. You're getting to the work in yourself. You're getting to the knowledge. You're getting to what it is you seek, right? If you're not already programming that ship and got it going the way you want it to, then we might look more like this. Nobody's steering the ship. You see the difference. This is a state of panic. This is everything looks like a potential hazard. There's examples of previous hazards all around. So you're in a state of fear when you don't know where you're going. Some people are excited by fear, right? Some people find a way to they've accepted that. They're just going along with the flow. And what that means to them is that they've accepted the fact that when they hashtag Titanic, that came with nobody being steering the ship. And they're okay with that gamble. So some people are actually just as at peace at this in this situation here because they thrive off of that feeling, that sensation of the element of any given moment or day could be my last, which is true for all of us. But when you have no idea, it's a little more uncertainty, and that affects everybody differently than when you kind of have a plot and you're going on course and you're looking within instead of outside. So you can see clearly that it's raining, right? And you're in control of your ship. So who's the master? That's your vessel. So I'm a fan overall, not right or wrong, but the truth. A lot of times, if you look at the arguments people have around you, or maybe you might be having in the past, somebody let them see this video, because it's not about who's right or what's right and what's wrong, because those circumstances may change and you may find yourself what you've been arguing about is wrong this whole time. There's times where it would be the right thing to do. So then that would make you hypocritical if you spent your whole life arguing something that you wind up doing, right? Acceptance is staying focused on the truth to me. Because when you accept the truth can't be won or lost. You don't argue about the right or the wrong. You argue about what's going to be true, no matter if it's right or wrong point of view. This is the truth. And if you just focus on the truth, you don't have to debate right or wrong, because the truth is. How many of us have simply accepted the truth? Because focusing on the truth is where we find all our answers. The truth is undefeated, babe. The truth is undefeated. Let's get into some cards and see what it's talking about with this acceptance. If you enjoyed the way I broke that down, I'm trying to make better content for y'all. If you're watching this right now at the 38-minute mark, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and drop a 999 in the comment. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. Let me know if you got any suggestions on topics you want to hear me go over in the future. I'll do that. Break it down. I got many tools, but I'm only doing one thing, and that's leveraging the law of attraction. Okay? Because the truth is, it can't be won or lost. All right? All right, let's get this card up here. See what we talking about with acceptance. All right, I'm pulling from my new Nefertiti deck. And hold on a second. So the card that jumped out was the Hermit card. All right. Hold on a second. You know how I do. I do this now. Y'all working with me. I appreciate y'all patience, because in a year or two from now, I'm gonna know all this like the back of my hand. And I appreciate your patience. So right here with the Hermit card, right? All right, hold on a sec. Hold on. Put this together for y'all. See that? Let me give you a different screen here. Hold on. Get you a close up on it. because I want you to know who's the master. Right? All right, so here we go. Bring it up a little closer. Let me put it over here. Y'all seen enough of me. Check this card out. I like this card, man. So it's cool. All right, so the Hermit understands the human need for solitude, right? Struggle to find his place in the world. See, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for these tools. I just want to say thank you, and thank you for your support. So I'm grateful for you as well, being there for me to help my purpose, man. Did you hear what I just said? Look, the Hermit, you know what we just got done talking about. If you missed something, rewind it. It's YouTube. It's free. Play it back. Just listen to what the Hermit understands the human need for solitude. That's another difference in these two. Just go back to what I was showing you earlier. That points out here. Not only does the card speak, right? Man, this is freaking amazing. So in this boat, right, the one that's the external influence in my example, in my metaphor here, quote unquote, it's a group of them. It's like, and I like that because after looking at this card just for this little bit of time, right, what its energy is, that makes sense. It makes sense that this one has a bunch of people on it, because when you are externally influenced, right, you're influenced by outside things external to you, right? So now you got all these little voices in your head kind of controlling your boat to not be controlled, so to speak, in this example here, because nobody's steering the boat, but you got all these people on it. So that they don't all come together inside the boat, and they're now confusing each other to the point where everybody's forgotten that nobody's in control of the boat. Hold on. We great. Hold on. My sage went out. And this helped me keep the computer demons away. The YouTube demons. All right. So but seriously though. So you got a whole bunch of voices in your head, a whole bunch of, and they done lured, and it kind of like done attracted them into the increase in danger. It's almost like the increase in risk. It almost looks like as they're sailing along, it's becoming more and more jagged rocks, more and more danger, risk of #Titanic. You know what I'm saying? As they go along, versus here in this one, this is the solitude. This is the solitude. So the Hermit understands the human need for solitude, right? Now, going back to this, the next sentence that I was getting at, and I'm combining some information here, so work with me. He struggled to find his place in the world. So see, that's this right here. He's struggling. Even the boat, even the vessel that nobody's steering, look like it's almost struggling. The sail look like it done been through a lot. You know, at any given second, it could bust open and they won't be sailing no more. They'll be sitting and floating and bobbing and just going with the current. You know what I'm saying? So it struggle to find its place. Yearn for something deeper than a noisy drama everyday life, right? That's so all right. So he removed himself from the life situation. Okay. Like I said, I'm combining a few different resources here to help me. So I appreciate you taking the time to allow me to help me. You know what I'm saying? All right. So look, right? But look how this goes along with the with this artwork from The Simpsons and this other piece that I got. It's incredible. So so he removed himself from his life situation and dedicated himself to his own self-improvement. So it got all the clutter. All the clutter was removed. Look at this. All the clutter. This one is so cluttered. And the card is so crisp and clean. You got the Ankh there. Everybody know what that is, right? If you don't, I don't want to tell you. I want you to look it up because I'd rather you find some things on your own. If you don't know what the Ankh is, just do a quick Google search and read up on that. You know what I'm saying? Right? My eye, okay? With the flaming cup. All right, so look, right? I'm seeing this as it's intertwined here. So the clutter was removed. He removed himself from his life situation and dedicated himself to his own self-improvement. And I guess that'll be what this looks like. It kind of looks like this when you're flying along. There's no more noisy drama of everyday life. You removed yourself from that situation. You're on your own personal improvement. You know what I mean? Instead of all that chaos of the people and all the voices in your head, you got the earphones in. You tuned into yourself. You plugged into yourself. That's acceptance. He came to. Hold on, let me get back to this real quick. Let's get back to the card. So he came to discover that the enlightenment he longed for could be found within himself. If I didn't know better, this would be scary. He came to discover that the enlightenment he longed for could be found within himself. The hermit closes his eyes and lets the eyes of his lantern. Now, I got a couple different resources, but I guess if we look at this card, because I'm not talking about this card's book right now, but he's got a lantern. It's too bright. Okay, if I turn it like this, I gotta have the light on, but the cards are real shiny, the gold part. So if you look there, though, I think you can see it there. He's got a lantern, right? Or in this case, he's got a cup, if you want to call it such, however you want to describe it. It's got some flame coming out of it. It could light up a room. You could walk through it. Let's not argue about it. The truth is, the dude said, "Let there be light." All right? And fire at the same time. Okay, so the hermit closes his eyes and lets the light of his, the hermit closes his eyes and lets the eyes of his lantern lead him. Give yourself space, which is what obviously they didn't have here. There's no space to sail hardly. There's not really enough space on the boat for them. It don't even look like they can go under the deck, and it's like 10 of them, right? Here, when you get into yourself, you got space. It not only is the whole sky outside. We don't know if they sailing. We don't know if she flying. He or she flying. We don't know what. But there's nobody around her. She got space. The path He's chosen this path for himself and finds comfort in his solitude. The Hermit Card. Give yourself some space. Let your mind go quiet and allow yourself time to search inside for the answers you're looking for. Man, I just told you, I guarantee you what you're looking for is inside of you already. Be patient as you allow yourself to grow and change with the wisdom that only comes from time and quiet contemplation, right? And the Hermit Card deals with wiseness, prudence, loneliness, right? Ain't nobody else in this picture with him. Remember, just because it's a guy in this picture, it doesn't mean that it's a dude. It could also represent some female energy. If that's you, if you're a female, this could be for you. This could be for a male. Don't be that rigid. So loneliness, wiseness, and prudence. That's what happens. That's kind of like what it feels like when you start to dive into knowledge itself. Research of spirituality, right? Who's the master? This is creepy. If you don't know what it is, you might think this is creepy. But who's the master? And the interesting thing is, if you go back and check the other videos, the cards fall out the same way. You would thought I set this up. So, research of spirituality. Who's the master? Detachment from the material things. Silence. Reservedness. Austerity. Celibacy. Person able to give precious advice. To clear up mysteries and to solve difficult problems. See that? Wow. It just, look, go back to the book on y'all now, right? Hold on. Give me a second. Look. Nope, that's not it. Where did it say that? Awareness oneself, taking creative experience, responsibility, find people. Yeah. The individual at the level of acceptance is not interested in determining right from wrong, but instead is dedicating to resolving issues and finding out what to do about problems. You hear what I'm saying? Clear up mysteries and to solve difficult problems. Medical doctor, healer, alchemist. Man, if this ain't acceptance, get in your hermit card. Get in your hermit mode. Hashtag hermit mode. All right, let's go, y'all. You understand what it is you got to do. All right. Pashaparo, YNet7. Thank you for tuning. The replay.